No worries. This should be
It's
fun. I'm looking forward to it being
before,
fun. So
sure,
yeah.
me too. Like you're very bubbly. And I remember the first time I came across your Ando, that should be like last year. And I was just on IG Explore and I saw this beautiful lady. I'm like, oh. I'm
I'm
like,
shy,
okay,
please.
I love her vibe. And then somehow, I don't know. So this AI thing is so funny. And the next time when I opened my TikTok, guess who I
Mm,
saw? It was you. Then you
mm-hmm.
were talking about how it was difficult to find Jean in Canada. I'm like, oh, me too, me
Listen,
too. That TikTok,
listen.
that thing blew up. Like it was like a lot of people have been wanting
Because
to talk.
I feel like I know we're going to get into a lot of
Mhm.
this, but like I feel like jeans are not necessarily made with curvy people in mind.
Oh,
Um, and is a real problem. And the ones that are actually made with curvy people in mind are in the hundreds of dollars.
I
So
tell
it's
you.
like the only brand that seems to be like in between is like Fashion Nova. But like you is a risk because if you buy it and it doesn't
I'm
fit, the
telling you,
process
how
to
do you return it? Like the hassle of
it's
returning
better to
it.
just find somebody to give because
So
yeah, it's not it just is a difficult thing. The
it
only jeans
is.
I've seen thus far, Levi's and Fashion Nova, are the only jeans that
Yeah,
sit on
me
my waist and sit on my
too.
hips.
Me
Aside
too.
that, is not giving what they think is
Ah,
giving. So
even for me, like me, I even had like a double. I would call it like a double wallet stuff. But for me, the length, like the length is usually
how
short
tall are
as
you?
well because I'm very tall. So
How
imagine
tall are
me
you?
wearing. I think I'm about 5'7",
Okay, yeah, yeah,
five
yeah.
seven,
5'8".
five there about,
I'm
yeah,
actually
five
five
seven, 5'8".
eight, you know. I know I don't come off as
Really?
tall.
No
I
way!
know
How
I
did you?
don't come off
No!
as tall.
How
I'm actually I'm above the average height of a woman. Yes, I am. I'm not
did...
short. And people think I'm like 5'5". Then they see me and they're like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Yeah,
I
I'm
would
not.
never have thought.
Yeah, I'm not short."
Oh,
Yeah.
I would never have thought. Like
Hmm.
really. So how do you rock heels? Like because I know you rock heels.
I wear the heels like that too.
Oh
What's
my
my
god.
business?
So how do you
What's
now feel like?
I don't care. To be honest, like typically when I wear heels, I now get to like 5'11", almost 6 feet.
Mm.
Yeah, and my husband is like he's 5'11", so he's taller than me, and but he's even taller than me when I wear heels. So I
Oh
keep telling
no,
him that, are you sure
that's
you're not 6 feet? Because you say you're 5'11", but when I get to 5'11", you are still taller than me. So
oh,
I'm like, yeah, I don't.
oh my god.
Yeah,
Like there's a lady that made a post like I think about 2 weeks ago, and she was dragging people that wear kitten heels. I'm like, drag us.
why me? I like kitten heels. When they are cute, they are cute,
When
please.
they are
And when they are
cute, they
not,
are
they are
cute.
not. Let's not lie. There are some kitten heels that are not fine.
They're not. They'll
And there's
just
some kitten heels that are absolutely adorable. Like I have some cute, like not like soft yellow ones,
okay.
very very cute. If you're wearing like a sundress, then yes. But like there are some that look like old mama. So I'm like, yeah, let's not do that.
I
But there's
think
some
maybe
that
one
are
of these
nice.
days we'll talk about struggles of a
Yeah,
tall lady because for
yeah.
me, even when I go to church and I'm on heels, I remove my heels in church because I'm literally feel like maybe I'm
You're
blocking
tiring
somebody.
everybody. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you just like maybe you're blocking somebody, and if somebody wants to even make you worse, I see someone tap you, sister, please, can you shift?
Shift. Mm-hmm.
And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, no way.
Yeah,
But anyway, like I would never have thought that you're actually like five. We are almost the same height.
yeah.
Well, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so today we're talking about soft life, and a lot of people are looking forward to it. Oh, Shem just say I agree. Some look like flat shoes that shouldn't be seen.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely, absolutely. But I mean, I think it's just about like just what you said is about like getting a very cute one that fits you. But some can really be like I remember I got one silver eel, just talking about the kitty eel, and I regret buying it because it just reduced the beauty of the ocean because there are like two versions of it. There was a taller one and
The
there's this
smaller one.
one.
Yeah.
It was just too down. It's too down. But me, I don't care. To me, I don't care. Sometimes I care, but a lot of times I don't
Mm-hmm.
actually care. All right, so today we're talking about soft life, real life, balancing faith and beauty.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to actually put that faith because I know that you're a faith personified. Tifa will give us scripture for the month, for the week, what God is doing. So,
Yes,
you know,
sir.
a lot of people actually like, get carried away by the beauty and they forget that, oh, we have a superstructure, which is
Mm-hmm.
our faith.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go. What does soft life means to you as a person? Because I know you like
Yes, I
enjoyment. And
do.
every
I
part of
do.
your face
I
is showing
do. I
enjoyment.
do. I think soft life for me is it has kind of moved from the things we see online. So the aesthetics of clothing, where
Yeah.
you're traveling, where you're eating, what you're doing, to
Right.
more so the kind of aura and energy I have around me. So this can be in my work or in my relationships, friendships, and my romantic relationship,
I know.
and my family.
You too like
I
husband. You too like
love
husband.
my I like the guy. He's a cool guy. I really like that guy. But like I think for me it has become the things that put my life at ease.
Oh,
So not necessarily just the aesthetic material things that everyone sees, but more
mhm.
so the things that truly keep and maintain my ease through life. So, what are the things that keep me grounded?
Mhm.
My faith does,
Mhm.
my
Yeah.
family does, my partner does, my friends do.
Yeah.
And for me, my like soft life embodies all of that. I'm the number one person to run away from like stressful relationships.
I
The
know,
moment a
right?
relationship is becoming stressful, I just find ways to create some kind of space, some kind of distance. Like I no longer entertain endless long
Oh,
suffering in my
oh.
friendships and relationships.
Mm,
There
that
is
is
some part
true.
of long suffering that
Mm-hmm.
happens in a relationship. Nobody's perfect. We all have our
Yeah.
flaws. But there's a point where it gets to a disrespect and an eroding of my own boundaries, which I will not entertain.
You like.
So exactly. So I think soft life embodies that for me. Of course, you have the fancy dinners and you have the
Yeah.
traveling looks. You have the buying nice things and dressing up and the skincare and the makeup. But all of those things are add-ons to the structure that exists, which is keeping my life filled with ease and peace.
Absolutely. I think I agree with you as well. Like you just get to a point in your life that you feel like, see, I just want peace of mind above
Yeah.
all things. Like
Yeah.
peace of mind, your life is you necessarily like people will always say that it's not like until you have all the money
No.
before you have such life.
No.
It's all like about choosing
Yes.
yourself every day
Yeah.
and literally seeing yourself, like enjoying yourself. Because I remember like because when I was just thinking about this stuff, like, oh, people say I'm living soft, and and I remember I saw this IG graphics that say I'm not in my soft girl era. Like it's
Yeah.
true, me too.
Yeah.
As in, I am choosing my peace of mind, choosing to enjoy what I do, not putting
Yeah.
myself under pressure.
Yes.
And that even helps because when you're at peace, you will make money to even live that
Exactly.
physical soft life.
Exactly.
Because you
Exactly.
can be wearing the most expensive thing and your mind, your
Is
life is
yeah.
just yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and I always say like it goes hand in hand.
Hmm.
So for me, people often always think that soft life also only has to do with other people. It also has to do with how you respond to people
Hmm.
in their own boundaries as well. Like, are you becoming a much more refined version of yourself? Are you becoming a better version of yourself? Are you working each day to show up for people? Because again, expectations in relationships are two-way,
Yeah,
right? So
absolutely.
it's hardly ever okay, this person is eroding on my boundaries. You may be eroding on people's boundaries and you don't
True.
realize it
You
as
not
well. So the
realize it.
ability to self-reflect is part of that structure for me as well.
Absolutely.
I'm not the kind of person that necessarily enjoys feedback, but more and more so with the kind of relationships I have, feedback is essential. Like, Otife, I like this about you. I don't like this about you. I don't like that you do things this way. It's
Oh,
part of ensuring that that peace in my space is maintained.
that's
Um,
balanced living, oh,
yeah,
balanced
balance
living.
exactly. Because at the end of the day, like there's also something I don't really enjoy about our generation is that we're so quick to point fingers at the other person.
Mm,
We don't do enough self-reflective work.
reflection.
Yes,
Okay.
like you need to be able to check yourself and call out yourself by
Oh,
yourself, which is yeah, which is like I didn't do the best in this situation. How could I have done it
mm-hmm.
differently? Times where you need to apologize, you need to apologize. Times where you need to fix the habits, then you need to fix the habits because peace again is not one way.
Yeah,
If you
absolutely.
are avoiding relationships, then you're really not at peace, you know. But if you
Yeah.
are having the honest, sometimes difficult conversations
Mm-hmm.
where you're able to, both ways, you're able to say, this is something I like, this is something I don't like, this is something I wish I can do better, I
Yeah.
hope to do better, then you're able to, whoever is coming into your space, be
Mm-hmm.
it a work colleague or a friend or family or your partner, whatever, they understand that that is a space where it can be mutually agreed upon that we want peace.
Yeah, sure.
Exactly.
Great, great. I love that. I think I really love that. I love the fact that the reflection that you brought in, like soft life is not just superficial, which everybody would think, like an average person would think soft life is superficial, but until your mind is at
You're
peace.
not really soft girling.
Yeah, not you have to be,
You're
I just want that is
not.
very
If you like
difficult.
pack
Everybody
makeup, do skincare, wear nice jeans, if your mind is not at peace, you're really not soft
I
girling.
know soft girl. Seriously. Like, and it happens to me really. Like, for example, like I recently like was it on like two, maybe like last week, I celebrated my birthday. And when I was reflecting, I was just so happy. Like, it's not like I did anything fancy, but even the thing that I wasn't fancy came out well on me because my mind was so at
Yeah.
peace. Like the energy, because last year I wasn't in a good space. And even though you know the way you can show up people physically and
And
everyone
once you
like,
go
oh, you're looking,
on makeup and you're looking cute, everybody just assumes that, yeah.
everybody just, as in, I checked myself, I looked at how I celebrated, and my life is just so at peace.
Your
Like,
makeup is lovely,
bad,
by the way.
thank you, thank you. All the bad energy, I just control delete before that day. I'm like,
It's
please,
important.
let's just, like, it's okay. Like for example, and it's also reflective in the way I respond to people. Like somebody called me today and said, oh, if I miss, I've come, I said, it's all right, it's okay.
It's
It's
okay.
like it's get can we move forward? We're like, oh, I'm glad you didn't even take it personal. I'm not going to. It's just part of way of me living soft. Like
Yeah.
I want to be soft internally. I said, it's
Yes.
all right. What can we do? And she was just so amazed and she was so thankful. And I'm like, I know people can be difficult, but
Yeah.
this time around going
There's
forward,
no
I'm
need.
just thought to, go by that.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to be taking this, a little, further. And what I have here is that let's talk about beauty a bit. How do you think your faith shaped the way you approach beauty or how you present yourself?
Um, I think there's, again, I grew up in a very, very pseudo strict Christian home.
Oh, great.
So my parents are pastors in Redeem.
Mm,
So I grew
I'm
up
a pastor.
quite, yes, I'm a pastor, literally. I grew up being the template for holiness. And that was a lot of pressure to put on a kid. But it was
I
not their
know.
fault.
I
They
know
were
it's
pastors.
on.
It's
Yeah.
other people trying to look to your children for some
Mhm.
kind of template, which is unfair because the same way you are figuring out your faith is the same way this child is figuring out their faith as well. You
Absolutely.
know, and my response to them was always, they called my daddy, they did not call me. So yeah, there was a time I remember in 100 level when I went to Elegushi for a beach party, and they actually called my dad. I saw your daughter at the beach.
I
She
bet.
had her hair out. She had long hair. She was wearing beach clothes. And I said, dear daddy, like, I'm in 100 level, and I went to the beach. Big whoop, like, I don't know
I
why.
know.
Like, why do you feel the need to call you and tell you that? Like, I don't get. Am I the pastor? If I'm the pastor, then the criteria for me is a bit different. But I'm not the person
Yeah.
God called. God called you Mr. and Mrs. Shole. That has nothing to do with me. You know, so but I think though, because they did plant the seed of Jesus and faith early
Mhm.
on, I
Yeah.
figured out what faith meant for me when I left my dad's church. So we're five, and all of us at some point left.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
beautiful.
all
I
of us at
love
some
it.
point left my dad's church, and we had a conversation with him like, oh, we feel like we want to figure out faith for ourselves, and this
Mhm.
is something that we we think we need to do in order to really truly understand the Christian work for ourselves.
Perfect.
Because no matter what, even though he was a pastor in the church,
Yes.
it's still is my dad. It's still my
It's
dad on the pulpit, you
yeah,
know. So
I get
I couldn't
it.
really separate father from priest, and I needed that separation.
Yeah, that's the first section.
So eventually I left, I went to Daystar, and then I started figuring out what faith looked like for me. And eventually in 2021, God called me to Celebration Church,
Oh,
CCI.
great.
And from then on, you know, I understood what faith meant what the
Mm.
entire point of it, and it has made me accept the parts of myself that the world would point at as a Christian girl should not be doing it.
I know.
We all have man-made doctrines that God did not create
Absolutely.
all
Like I grew
the
up that
time.
way
I
too.
always have this conversation with people, and the first thing I say is, what does it mean to be truly modest? What does that mean?
Mm.
People say, don't open your breasts, don't open your back, don't open your legs. I'm like, that being a modest person is more than clothes.
It's more than it's so
Is
more than
in
that.
your approach to life. If you are somebody who buys in excess just because, not because you need it, not because you want to review it
Mhm.
for content, no, but you just buy because buying sake, you just want to have it. That's not, you're not modest in any way.
Yeah.
That's
I
not
believe
modest
I
living.
agree.
If you buy, overbuy food and keep it, let Koba Jesibe, you are not. So is when people talk about modesty, they only focus on women.
One, that's the
One,
thing.
they focus on women that, oh, she should not open her chest, she should not do this, she should not. I'm like, because at the end of the day, it can also be like cultural. I'll give you an example.
Okay.
In Redeem, in classical Redeem, I don't know if you know the different pockets
Yeah,
of
I think
Redeem.
I have
There's
one of them
classical
now.
Redeem, there's modern
And
Redeem. We were under
there's the
modern
one
Redeem
there's the one the
in
combo.
between.
Yeah, in
So
between.
now the classical Redeem in Nigeria, they don't wear trousers to climb the pulpits. To like, if you want to give like a
Mm.
sermon, read scripture, you're a chorister. Redeem in United Kingdom, they are arranging there.
It's cold, it's cold, it's cold.
So I'm saying, so that one does
The
not
God,
apply to UK. So
I
that's how you
know,
know
nothing
that
happened.
those are man-made doctrines.
Mhm.
100%, I'm a big believer in not wearing things that would distract
Fellow human
um,
being.
your
Yeah.
fellow brother or sister,
Hmm.
especially within the church space.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to wear jalabia to the beach. Let's be real. I'm not going to wear. I'm not.
Almost summer
Like,
body.
I'm not going to wear jalabia to the beach.
I know.
Like, I'm not going to wear jalabia to swim. I'm not going to wear jalabia to go to the gym. Like, I'm not going to wear a baby bukatan. So, like, for me, I'm like, when it comes to modesty, it has to start from a mindset shift
Hmm.
beyond what the person is putting on. Given there's clothes that I will not wear
Sure.
because personally, beyond like what the world says, I don't really like to show my breasts,
Yeah.
cleavage.
Hmm.
However, being a full-chested woman, a lot of Nigerian tailors and a lot of designers
It's
in general don't take into consideration women who are
I'm
full-chested.
telling true. So
So
true. So
half the
true.
time you've told your tailor to make something, they make it.
And you cannot
Now
be
half of
wearing
my
tube.
cleavage is outside. Yeah, you have to wear two bundle. Like now, the event I went for last week where I wore white, I wore a white dress. It's an Abercrombie and Fitch dress, so it's a brand here. The cut was so low, I had to cut out like a lace part and tack it because
Tack it
it was
on.
too much. I was not comfortable leaving the house like that. I tried it on and I was like, yeah, this is a lot. I don't want to. So
Yeah.
again, I think it really starts from intention
Yeah. Intention.
and where
Yeah.
and so in terms of how it has shaped me, it has made me see that I can be beautiful in whatever I wear, and whatever I wear should be more so reflective of who I am. And by default of the gospel, you are transformed each day. So
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
transformation should also occur in how you present yourself.
Yeah.
So I
Absolutely.
think that's what I would say has really helped me shape in terms of I was never really one to care about, some people say you shouldn't wear makeup if you're anything, all of that. I don't
I
believe
know.
in it.
I grew up with that background though. But I remember when I was in uni because I grew up with the background of CAC. I know in fact at least an earring or any jewelry. Oh my god. So I remember when I've been the kind of person that follow all these doctrinal values too. I met my husband who was then my boyfriend. And it was like, he was going to a church that was jazzy and all. The
Uh-huh.
Pentecostal church. And then we now went out on a date and he gave me a very small herring. So he now said, and this does not mind though. And I said, okay, not try it out. And in fact, what I'm talking about when I was in 300 level. And then I don't tell you that it was not bad. I didn't really look deep, I just love the feeling because I haven't had it on at all in a very long time. And I remember wearing it to my fellowship there. If you see how people that did not talk to me after that day, do you know one thing is that all of them, all of my fellowship person then, I'm not giving shit to anybody. All of them
Mm-hmm.
are not using the same earring. When I see them on Facebook, I say, sister, are you still going to F4? They didn't even do small earring
Big,
that I started with
big
though.
one.
And then, at least one thing I can even go out without any earring at all. But I remember so much of how I won't say it was discrimination, but maybe like a
It
little bit of
was. It
beef.
was. Yeah.
People stopped
Yeah.
talking. People was just like, Sister Ife is now using a ring, and it's even very small. And I'm also trying like I know that okay, obviously when I get married, I'm going to go to my husband's, and my husband kept like then my boyfriend was like telling me that all of this thing did not really matter. Are
It
you sure
does
it really
not
matters? I'm like,
matter.
it was
Like that was so
okay.
it's so interesting because in that same Bible all of us refer to, literally women in that era used to wear nose rings.
They, I mean, golds and
Gold
all
on
of
their
those
waist, gold on their wrist, gold on their legs. You
gold
remember?
on
And I'm
their
like,
legs. I know,
is
child.
it the same Bible all of us are reading? Or
Uh,
you have added the layer of African spirituality to
see
it so that
to hear.
exactly. So from my mind, I'm like, yeah, whatever you think is happening here is not what. Again, me, I've become quite stubborn. Like there's nothing you can tell me. If Holy Spirit has not convicted me, this I'll just be looking at you
Absolutely.
like, okay.
Me too. Like I kind of live from my
Mhm.
inside out and I check everything I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
Because even God can actually inspire the way you dress, the way
Yes.
you even you can even point to the direction of like for example this year like was okay from last year. I mean I've just been like thinking and I've been saying that God I want to upgrade my style. There's a way I just want to appear that I've just been saying that okay this is now a time for me to show forth my lights.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm quietly just letting God know about it. I said I don't really know how to go about it. Um and recently, like 6 months down the line, I just reflected and I was just discussing. I said, wow, I have really seen the hand of God, you
In
know,
how you show up.
in how I show up. And literally, it's not like I see, like, I'll just be doing something randomly and somebody page will come up and I will see a style too. And I was just like, to the extent that something happened like 2 months ago, and I was telling my husband, like, seriously, like, I got some shopping deals, and I was telling my husband, like, seriously, all I can just see is that God really clothed me and God clothed me. Like he was like, what do you mean? I said, the deals that I got, it's just evidence of God clothing me. I
Mm-hmm.
said, oh, he said, how to the better, you spiritual girl. But he's not like he said, because I know what I prayed for, I know what I had in my mind, and I see the expression in my life. So,
Mm-hmm.
which is like my faith literally influencing my style, influencing my
Mm-hmm.
dressing, influencing every area of my life. And that's what
Mm-hmm.
I mean. Like, I really want to, and that's why I just decided to start a new page. Like, I need to inspire ladies that see you can find yourself even
One
while
thousand
being
percent.
like let's
One thousand
even like look at
percent.
this lady Sarah Jakes.
Ah, Robert, she's one of my inspirations.
Just
Yeah.
see how many
She
women
just
following her.
she just dresses like a
Look at this
boss
Stephanie
lady.
Ike. Da, oh my god.
Boss lady.
Her skin is so flawless. She came to Toronto last week and I
Yeah.
wanted to go. And I remember she was saying that, oh, I'm a girl. My husband, she was saying that my husband prefers me having, natural cornrows. And she was like, oh, she told her husband, it's you, but me, I'm going to show up and
Exactly.
dress
What's my
up.
business with you? In the house when we're together, I can give you natural cornrow. I'm not going outside with natural cornrow.
I'm like,
Please.
woman of God, we are
We are
following you, I just,
following you. Ah, no, none of that.
And she was like, oh, my husband will say I prefer you natural. I'm like, she was like, baby, I know you prefer me natural, but I'm not gonna show up natural.
No, I'm not doing any of that.
Oh God,
No.
I'm really loving that. Just really. So let's talk about social media side. I said
Hmm.
social media can make soft life look so effortless, but is there pressure behind the scene to keep up a look? Is there a pressure? What do you
I don't know
think?
how long you've been following me for. Considering you've been following me for only
Yeah.
about a year, you might not know
Okay.
this about me. If I don't care, like, well, I think because I've done social media for such a time now. Like I started creating when it was not a thing
Oh.
to create, and sometimes I regret not going full on like because I feel
Oh.
like I'll be much bigger than I am right now. But because
Absolutely.
I
Like,
did off and on, off and on, off and on.
because you're
But
an
I started
influencer.
creating
So
as early as like 2016. Like my
Wow.
first YouTube video went up in 2010.
Really?
Yep, yep. I
Oh
just
my
didn't. And
OG.
then I used to get 3,000 views, 4,000 views. Yes, then.
Oh, that's
So a part of me is like I should have continued, but again, that's just for another day. But the way I have morphed and evolved over time is I genuinely don't care about strangers online. That's how I see it.
mm,
And I'm not trying to shade my followers, or I love my community of
yeah,
followers because I
me
call them my
too.
community. A lot of my
Mm-hmm.
the people that followed me have followed me for a long time,
Like, oh my
and
like
they've stuck with me. Like that's why when brands come to me talk about things, I'm like, listen, I may have 30,000 plus followers, but your conversion will be much higher because these are people who actually listen to what I have to
I
say
can
and actually
testify.
go and do. So this is not a oh I saw it randomly. This is like I we trust it first. So I've learned to show up more and more as authentically myself.
Mm,
Obviously because I'm also a private person, I don't put all of my business out there, and
okay.
that's intentional. But in terms of the pressure to look a certain way, not so much. The
Not
truth
too
is I enjoy an aesthetically pleasing room, for example. But
okay.
I would never go out of my way, go broke to make my room look
Look
aesthetic. Do you
to
understand what I'm
I
saying?
get
Like
it.
I would never show up be simply only because I want my followers or my community to look at me a certain way. What I typically do
Mm,
is the reverse.
almost
Is I think to myself,
stability.
yeah, what I typically do is I think to myself, what is a part of my life I'm comfortable sharing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm comfortable sharing about, for example, my husband and I. What about my husband and I am I comfortable sharing? How can I make that into content that is enjoyable, entertaining, but
Mm,
also not eroding my boundaries, but also like appealing to see? So by the time I add all those
wow.
ingredients into a pot, that's what you see on my page.
Mm,
The same thing applies to travel. Like I'm the kind of person that if I'm traveling somewhere, I'm thinking, what are the spots that people typically would want to see me review or want to see me talk about, or what kind of pictures do people want to see me do? Am I comfortable doing them? If it's no, I move on to the next kind of content. If it's yes,
mm,
I go and do it.
wow.
So, and a part of me also thinks that maybe that's why my growth is not as quickly as all these viral girls who are doing like trending sounds, things
Sound
that are controversial, things that are like rage baits, because
absolutely.
I never want to be that person. I like bite-sized content, yes, but I also want to always be authentically me. Like I always say, whatever you see on my page, I have thought about it, I've ruminated on it, I'm
Mm,
comfortable sharing it, and I've posted it.
I love
Like
it.
I'm
I
never
love it.
trying to be somebody I'm not. And I
Somebody
think
I'm
it's
gone.
because over the years I've been dragged before. I've been oh yeah, and I've just grown really, really thick skin
Oh boy.
that honestly
Another
before a person
level.
can talk to me and it will land. You're either my family member, my partner, or my actual friend.
Friend.
If you're not in that three category, before what you say will land, it will take a while.
I love
Like some people
it.
talk to me and they're like, oh, Tifa, I feel like you should know. I'm like, okay. They expect a big reaction, and I'm just like, okay.
All right. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for commenting.
Thank you for commenting.
Like,
Wow,
I'm not, yeah.
that's stability. Actually, I can even testify in the fact that really you have a strong community because the moment you shared the flyer that I made, I could, I felt it on my page. I was like, I didn't even know that you shared it. I'm like, Kilo, I was just at work. I was like, Kilo Shele. And I was like, okay, now check that. Oh, Tifesh. So the first effect. Oh, really, you have a very strong
So,
community.
like, they
And
are very, very, like, with me, which is why, like, no matter how big I get, I know my OGs.
you
Like,
know your
people who
OG.
have been like there when I had 1K, 2K, 3K, 5K. People who were there simply to hear my thoughts on things. And that's one thing I truly will never change. Like there's some brands I know for a fact I can never partner with. Like I
Mm,
can't because it is not
in
me.
line
It's
with
not
you.
who I am. For
Mhm.
example, there was a brand who reached out to me again because I'm light skinned. They're a woman bleach, woman borambe.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
No, I
listen,
know what
as
you
much
saw
as this
that.
money seems like it's nice, I cannot because I am not that person. Like,
Wow.
I would never encourage you to change your color to dark
Color
to light.
so that's
I
like.
will encourage you to take good care of your skin, to
Mm-hmm.
consistently do your skincare, to ensure you're wearing sunscreen, but to tell you to bleach is people will know that is an ad. They'll say it's wow, if you collected money to do it because it's not me. Do you understand?
I
Like
know, yeah,
clothing brands,
sure.
yes. Food, organic food brands, yes. Jewelry brands, yes. Travel brands, yes. Because again, all these things are
In
me
alignment
faith
with,
faith
yeah.
brands. Like my friend has a makeup line called Rebirth, and I would always talk about her products because it's a Christian makeup line,
Wow.
literally. So
Mm-hmm.
those are the things that are more me, and showing up authentically as myself has what has honestly kept me sane, if
Beautiful.
I'm being honest with you.
Wow.
Because if you are going to follow the trends and do what
You get
everybody
lost
is doing, do
in the
what you
midst
think,
of it.
you will struggle to find yourself.
You struggle
Because
to
there's
find
always
yourself.
one new thing. 2 years ago, BB or Lauren, Nissin, skinny girl, Lauren,
Skinny.
skinny. We're
I'm
back to
telling you,
skinny.
skinny girl already.
Next year, maybe it's curvy, curvaceous. No,
I'm
mama.
telling
Imagine if you're following
the
trends.
trend never
It
stop.
never
Ah,
stops. So you have to truly know who you
I
are
thought I was the only one
and,
noticing. No,
and
now
stick to
everybody
it.
says if you are skinny, you are the one ready.
You are the
Now I'm
one
like, okay,
really.
wait, but
Yes. Meanwhile, it was thick girls that were,
it
yes.
was.
So
Oh
like,
gosh, the trend never
it
stop.
never
I mean,
stops. So if you're going to be using that one to dictate who you are, the goalpost will forever keep moving for you. But for
mm,
me, the more and more I know exactly who I am, and I know how I want to show up online. But I think for me, the balance I really enjoy is that people think they know me, and they do, but they only know a part of me. They don't know all of
mm,
me, and that is very intentional because from the sanity of my brain,
mm.
there are some things I will keep private. Like for example, very good example. Before I announced my engagement, I had been engaged for 7 months.
Are you
Yep,
serious?
I got
Wow.
engaged in April. I only announced December, a week to the wedding.
Oh my. Oh, wow.
So for me, those things are
Well,
important because I wanted to.
that's a lot of balance
Yep,
there,
I
actually.
wanted to sit on it, stew in it. Holy Spirit nudged us in the direction of not announcing, and we just kept it off of socials. It was difficult
Mm,
because sometimes I go for influencer events, I go out and I can't wear my ring, but I rather that than
rather, no.
everybody in my business, people trying to do some people would do the whole come with me, let's plan the wedding
Mhm.
together. I didn't want that pressure. I didn't want any of that. I didn't want the conversations around this. I didn't want it. So when I dropped the engagement photos, people were in shock.
I
And I'm
know.
like, yeah.
Oh,
So yeah,
that's
I
so
think
beautiful.
yeah, showing up authentically as myself has made me quiet the pressure to be somebody else.
Wow.
So
You're really living the soft life. Like nobody would have ever thought. Like, when you look at people from different angles, though me, I've learned to like look at people more deeply. And when I was choosing topic, I was like, okay, I'm going to talk to Tifa. I have seen that she's very beautiful. She has a very vibrant
thank you.
personality, but there is something that I see about her, which is her faith. And I was just like, wow. Like, I genuinely love the way you portray your faith. I love that Jesus has beautiful girls, beautiful ladies, and really, literally, I love the energy you
Honestly,
exude.
when I
And
see beautiful beings posting about Jesus, I'm like, thank you. I love it.
that it's
I
deep.
love it.
It's deep.
Yeah.
It's deep, and also good that Jesus babes also become more beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Like you get, it's like two way. Beautiful girls are talking
Jesus,
about Jesus, which is good,
Jesus
and
babes get
also
more
Jesus
beautiful.
gets to also be beautiful, so that
Yes.
it's just purple.
Balance.
So that Jesus girl will not be like, okay, because you are Jesus girls, you are not
Oh, that's
looking, you
another
are not
thing.
intentional,
Oh my God.
you are just whatever
If
comes, and people are wondering.
I need all of us to collectively agree in the Christian faith that deodorant is not bad.
I know, I
And
know.
that's the next video I'm actually
Hey,
filming today. That
shake the table.
deodorant is not bad, guys. It does not make you less Christianly to rub deodorant.
I
Please.
know.
Because sometimes you walk into church and you're like,
I
why?
know. I know.
Why?
Why?
Nobody's saying you have to wear expensive perfume.
Mhm.
Shower, deodorant, body spray. Like,
And you're good. You said
it,
you'll be making yourself smile. Like
like
because when you just
you
like
are
this
not
and you just like what's
Christianly.
coming out.
Like now you are jumping for joy, screaming for happiness in the house of the Lord, but I'm dying inside. Like, why? Why? Yeah, so I do think that there's also that mindset that the more Christian you are, the less beautiful you have to show
Mm,
up. I am not a believer in
I
that
am
at
not
all.
too.
At all.
Seriously.
Like, I'm like, please. Jesus was a fine boy. I'm very well aware of that.
Oh God.
So don't, and it was very neat.
He
It's
was. He
not,
was.
yeah. So let's not do that,
Let's
please.
I love it. So, what are your some of your go-to routines or habits that make you or that keep you beautiful and also spiritually centered? I know you talked about authenticity, but
Yeah, I
tell us
think
something.
the go to, so I will start from my physical routines and then my spiritual routine.
Okay.
My physical routine is honestly I shower. I wash my face. I do sometimes a very basic skincare. Like, I'm not doing my skincare today. This glow you're seeing is from last
Yay!
night's skincare. So, and that's what happens with
It's shiny.
consistency. When you're consistent
Yeah.
with your routine, over time, your skin wakes up refreshed, moisturized. You don't have to do too
You
much.
don't.
So I would say I have a healthy skincare routine. I also am very big on like going to the gym. So
Oh,
I take walks. I'm a fitness girly. I eat right in general. People
yeah.
think that eating right means you're 100% eating right. No, not so. I eat fast food
Yeah.
sometimes, but instead of eating fast food 50% of the time, I eat fast food 5% of the time. And the other 80% is in whole foods I make at home or whole foods I order. And I eat clean. I don't really
Or,
dunk my food in oil and all of those things.
mm,
Like, I air fry a lot of things, I grill a lot of things.
brilliant.
So that's my physical side of things. I
Side.
also am becoming the person who understands my body shape. So I have a
Mm,
very long torso, like my from my neck, my shoulder to my
the
waist is
waist
pretty long.
is long.
So it means that there's some things that will not look nice on me,
Mm,
and that's fine. I don't have to wear them. So dressing for my body type is also a big part of
out of
this.
them.
A lot of people are like, "Oh, body positivity." I'm like, yes, but you should also if you have really broad shoulders,
Broad shoulders.
there are some things you shouldn't wear. There's some silhouettes you should not wear. They are not flattering. You can wear them, but they are not
They're not fun.
flattering. So dressing for my body, having a healthy skincare routine, having a healthy fitness routine is the physical side for me. Now the spiritual side of things for me, I'm a big fan of worship. Like, I would play worship when I'm showering, when I'm brushing my teeth. I typically
Me
keep worship
too.
on. Just I see it as my way of sanctifying my
Your
atmosphere.
atmosphere, actually,
Yes,
yeah.
consistently. I also typically do a fast with my husband once a month.
Okay.
We take one day in the month, typically the first day of the month, to fast together. So that's tomorrow. And we pray together. We position a lot of Thanksgiving, because I find that with us Christians, we tend to have a habit of just asking God for things.
Request,
Ask, ask, ask,
yeah.
ask, ask, ask. So I do a lot of like thank you God through the day, thanking Him before I sleep, just Thanksgiving. I also believe in being in a church that feeds you spiritually
Spiritually, yeah.
and grows you spiritually. But beyond that, I also believe that from time to time, when we have the bandwidth, listening to other trusted ministers of God is also.
Yeah,
I love
absolutely.
Apostle Joshua Selman, for
I
example.
do
I
too
love
every
AJS,
Sunday.
yes,
Yeah.
and I always listen to his sermons. Always listen to him preach. So I think that having a healthy balance of devotion with self and then also communal devotion is a
Hmm.
good way to kind of keep the temperature of your faith walk warm.
Yeah, so true.
Because sometimes you get overwhelmed with life. That's just the truth. Like, you get tired, you get busy, you're doing so many things, moving about.
At the
Like now,
same
for I
time,
know
and
for the next 2 3 weeks, it's going to be very busy. My friend is getting married, so
oh,
I'm going to do
oh,
a show, a big girl bridesmaid. I know it's going to be really busy.
I
So having those quiet
know.
moments when I talk to God and just say a few words, ask Him how He is also doing, because even though
Mm.
He's a supreme being and is our Father, He
Yeah.
also is. Who is our priest, who is not aware of our infirmities? So
Mhm.
if he can be aware of our infirmities, it means that he feels it too.
He feels it too.
So
Yeah.
yeah, asking him how he's doing and if everything is okay, just pause checking here today also helps the
It
relationship. So I
does.
think for me, having some kind of routine has
Mm-hmm.
helped me in general. I mean, moving to a new country is not easy.
It's not.
Like, moving to a new
Leaving
country,
everything is not. It's just it looks easy on Instagram, but how much
I
there
always
are a
tell
lot
people
of
that I don't think you guys understand what it is to uproot your life at 28 and basically start again.
it's not.
That's literally me. Like, I'll put everything, my social capital,
yeah.
financial capital, physical
Mm.
capital, communal capital. I had all those things, connections in Lagos, people I could just easily
Oh,
call.
that's
I had to build that from
good.
scratch here. I'm thankful because I do have a community that I absolutely love and loves me in Toronto, but
Awesome.
it's not as easy as we always make it seem on
It's
Instagram. You know,
not.
it can be quite difficult.
It can be
So
actually. I can
having
attest to
some,
that.
yeah, having some kind of routine is very helpful for me. Yeah.
Wow, beautiful. I love that. So I think we'll just be wrapping up. The last one is so Tifa, I love your style. And I'm sure a lot
Thank
of women,
you.
after I posted, I'm sure a lot of people have talked to your page and say, okay, this lady,
Thank
so
you.
how do you like can you share some tips from your fashion gems? How you've been,
I can't lie
keeping it
to
together
you.
from
If
your
I
hair, from the crown of your head to the sole of your feet.
Nigerian
We want to know.
brands, Nigerian brands are my
I
go-to. I can't even lie.
let's
Like, I'm the person that is
no.
always begging people on my stories, please, who's coming back from
Oh
work?
God.
Because I wear a lot of Nigerian brands. Now,
I
in terms of
know.
like my basics, so like t-shirts, denim
Mm-hmm.
jeans, things like
Then
that. So think Zara. It's just
yeah.
that nowadays Zara is
It's
overpriced.
true. Me too. I was there
Uniqlo
yesterday. I'm
is a
like,
good
hello
one.
day.
Do you know
Mm-hmm.
Uniqlo?
No,
Uniqlo
I
is
don't.
Uniqlo
Oh,
is fantastic. Let me write,
okay,
spell
write
it.
it now.
Uniqlo is very, very good for basics. So quality
Wow.
t-shirts, quality
Oh,
inners,
thank you for sharing that.
quality like shorts, like for like spring,
Mm-hmm.
things like that. They are very good with that. So and that's the brand I really shop from, Uniqlo as well.
Mm-hmm. Let me
I
check that.
also like Micas and Cider.
Yeah.
Those ones are like there's no in-person store, you have
Yeah,
to buy it
you
online.
have to buy
So
it
you kind
online.
of have
Yeah.
to gauge your size.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit tricky,
It's a bit
but
tricky.
yes, but they have nice
Yeah.
things. So that they
I
have things
love
that
my
don't
cars
look,
because I saw their jean, the way they kind of combine with the
they
leather
don't,
styling is
they don't
they
have the
don't look
basic things
basics.
that everybody's wearing in Toronto. That's why I like it.
I know.
But a lot of bulk of like all the prints I wear all from Nigeria.
Mm,
And I think one thing is that we have a habit of buying new things without utilizing what we already have. So sometimes
absolutely.
that jeans that you think you've worn, have you thought about changing the type of top you wear with it? Have you thought about layering lace under your corset top?
Wow,
Like you can
beautiful
change up your style by just the minimal things.
thing.
Instead of wearing an oversized t-shirt, wear an oversized dress shirt so that it has
Yeah.
buttons. You can button it down,
And
wear
you
your
can
long necklace. Do you understand? Like you
yeah,
don't have to buy fresh new things. There are things you can change around in your wardrobe
I
that would
know.
make it look. So instead of maybe you're the kind of person to only wear top and jeans. So instead of wearing top, wear a
Wear
shirt. Instead
a
of wearing a
shirt,
shirt, wear an oversized
t-shirt,
uh yes,
shirt,
no,
yeah.
t-shirt that maybe you can tuck in the
The front,
front, leave the
front
back,
and
things
leave the
like
back.
that. Or if it's a dress shirt, tuck in half, leave one open. Things
Yeah.
like that can elevate your style. Also, people always shit on kitten heels. Let me tell you, kitten heels can take an outfit from looking very, very casual to looking a little bit elevated.
I
So
know.
yeah, and that I'm a big believer in repurposing what I have
Mhm.
to fit a style I have in my brain. So a lot of times, me, I buy two-piece sets a lot. So I'll buy a corset top, shorts. So instead
Sure.
of wearing them together, today I'm going out this afternoon.
Okay.
I'm wearing a corset top, a print corset top, and jeans.
Yeah.
Instead of
Cool
wearing the
girl.
corset top and the
And
shorts,
the shirt, yeah. So
I'm
that
wearing the jeans instead. So
mm,
again, those are all the like tiny tweaks and changes you can make to your outfit that you don't necessarily need to buy all the
and
time.
bye. The buy never stop.
Buying never stops in this Canada. So I also say, look at all the old things you have. Maybe if there's a really big t-shirt that you have, wear a slim belt over it, and wear pop socks and and
Okay, then.
loafers.
And you're finished.
Those are
You
all
have
the
arrived.
and now the one thing that is really is skirt. So it looks like a skirt, but it's a short. So
Okay.
it's a skirt. You can wear that with an oversized dress shirt as well, with a belt, pop socks,
Mhm.
and loafers. Those are all the things that I typically have like see-through pantyhose, patterned pantyhose to take my outfits a bit
Like elevated.
a little bit more elevated. And me, I'm a I like bags a lot as well. So I
Oh,
typically shop on Charles and Keith. Let me write Charles and Keith.
okay.
Very, very affordable bags. As in bags as low as $40.
Wow.
Yes, and the quality is very, very
It's
good.
very good.
Yes. So those are all the ways I typically elevate my wardrobe. And sometimes when I have the extra funds, I go and buy like Louis or expensive Coach or I don't know, Ferragamo, whatever.
I
But you
know.
don't have to buy any of that to look
Time to
nice.
spoil yourself
You don't have to
sometimes.
buy any of that to look nice. I can tell you for a fact. Like, if you just elevate your wardrobe a little bit, get your basics and mix
Get your
and match your
basics.
basics and prints,
Yeah, miss and
you
match your
will elevate
basics.
your wardrobe.
Yeah.
Also, you don't have to wear the same hairstyle all the time. Like me, I've locked my hair. You know, my hair is
Yeah, I
locked.
know that you like
But I just did
like
this style recently, right? Intentionally because I wanted a different look.
a different
Sometimes,
look.
different of packing my hair down, I put my locks into like twists. By the time I unravel it is curly.
Unraveling.
Those are all the ways that my
You kind of
looks can
mix.
look different from time to
Mm-hmm.
time. Sometimes I'll wear a crop top, but I'll wear a big blazer over it and baggy jeans.
Oh,
It
cool,
looks
cool.
elevated,
See.
right? It looks elevated by
Mm-hmm.
default.
Cool.
Or like a long blazer and flared pants underneath instead of pop
Underneath.
socks. Like
Instead of
those are the ways I mix and match things so that I don't always have to consistently buy and I can really utilize already in
what
my
you have.
wardrobe.
And that's even a kind of like guide you in terms of deliberate shopping, so
Yep.
that you won't be shopping what
So I'll look
looks
at something, I'll
nice.
look at it, I'm like, do I have something like this? I do. Next.
I know, I
That's it.
know.
That's it.
So that you won't like,
Bye,
you won't
bye,
literally
bye, bye. All the
you
time.
buy something that looks nice on the rack, and then when you not get home, you're like,
That's
ah,
another
Bola to
thing.
just
No,
buy.
but
What are we?
Ebola just you see the number one culprit for that thing is Zara. You see Zara, it will look so nice on the mannequin.
Wait, look. Oh my
You
god.
put it on your body, you're like, what's this
You
fitting?
forgot that the person wearing does not have bum bum,
I'm telling
does
you,
not have does
breast.
not have breast. You know, they're like,
Hmm.
you know, like,
You not
thank God
like
for
I went to
ability to return. I'm like,
I'm
what
telling you,
what is
there
going on?
I went to Dynamite yesterday. There was one top it looked so
So
nice on the
nice.
hanger.
I love
In
dynamite too.
Nicosia. I said, yeah, no. First of all, it did not have zip. So I had to be struggling to
Short this
get it.
to get it in.
Then another just beautiful color. It was like olive green, really nice color.
Very nice.
No zip too. Body count. Money don't tell you alone. Let me tell you something. I cannot be fighting for my life because I'm wearing gown.
I
I'm not.
you know,
It's not that
you'll be
serious.
sitting there, you'll be like,
Sitting down there.
you'll not be adjusting it because as you're sitting there, the clothes is going
It's
up,
going like
and
there's
you're
no
like,
need for that.
ah, you must show
There's
you
no
there.
there's no need for that, you know.
I
So
know.
again, shopping basics, Uniqlo is a fantastic place to
Oh,
shop
we'll
basics.
try them out.
Um
Mommy, first time.
Forever 21 as well.
Yeah.
Yes. People
But I usually
always
feel like when I go there and I feel like most of their clothes are small sized. You
then
could,
try Old Navy. Old Navy is another
yeah. Oh
really
my
good
god, I
brand.
love Old
My,
Navy. I love
my
like
jacket, there's one
some
jacket I
jeans,
have from Old Navy.
even their jeans, like some jeans and pants that I
They
have because
fit.
they kind of have variations of
Yes.
tall, short,
Yes.
and then those guys
Yes. Old
have
Navy is
awoof.
another
They always
really,
have
really good
awoof
one.
from time to
Yeah,
time. I
but
think
if
the
you
two
can
jeans,
buy your printed stuff from Nigeria, like Nigerian
I
brands are really
know.
doing the thing right now. Like
Like the amount
a
of
lot
money.
of things.
Imagine going to the store and buying a dress. You see 150. You now wear it. People will not. You be like, are you joking? Like, are you
one
for
fifty
real? That
dollars, and that's Zara now. $100, $120 for dress. I said I'm okay. Don't
there's
worry.
no detail. There's
Nothing.
nothing. There's nothing on it. I'm like, if you throw the money to Nigeria, it's just like this stress of like getting somebody
Mhm.
to bring it or doing paying
And then
clearance fee and
the
all.
worst part is you now buy the patterned ones. Then you now go for day party, and half of the girls there are wearing the clothes with you.
It happened to you too. You know, like,
I'm not
I know we
like
all, I know we all got it there. I know
we
we all
all
got
got
it
it
there.
from Zara twinning with a
I know
stranger
we all
across
got
the
it there.
room. So that's
Like, it's
why I
so
just stick to basics and then whatever is elevated I buy from
whatever
Nigeria.
is
If
amazing.
you look, my wardrobe
Oh,
is literally mostly Nigerian brands. Yeah.
wow. I mean, I've been thinking
Every
about
time
like Nigeria is just
I go
so
with a mostly empty box and I come back with stuff.
come back
Because
with
I'm just like,
stuff
yeah. And my friend, her brand is Shop Busty. She literally they make clothes
from.
for busty women.
Oh,
That's
great.
why they created the
The
brand.
brand.
Because they weren't finding clothes that were fitting their chest
Yeah.
and they make clothes for us full chested, yes.
Oh,
So
cute
like
stuff.
again, I just buy my Nigerian brands, man. I can't lie. But anything basic I buy here. And I even buy some of my basics from my friend's brand in Nigeria too,
I think
Cassandra Collins.
I'll start looking out to Nigeria
Yeah.
because it's just looking like you'll be spending a lot of money. Go to
Go
your everything will
New
just be
York,
like,
Oniland.
you know
Yeah.
what? They like,
There's no
I think
point.
your from your head to your toe can cost $500, and
Meanwhile,
nobody will even know that you are
nothing. You
appearing.
lose normal satin blouse and skirts. Yes. That's it.
Like no
Mm.
gallop, no
Nothing.
nothing, nothing. Just pew.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for coming, and
Literally, that's it. So I typically mix and match. I mix my basics. I buy a lot of for my friends' brands. So
right.
Shop Bossy, Cassandra Collins, those two I buy from them. I buy from other Nigerian brands, Rooks a la Mode, VWH Apparel,
Oh,
Jamie
definitely. Yeah, I
Parker.
know the
Like
radio.
I have a list of people I buy from.
Mm.
I've some are
And
some
they send. I remember there was even a time I was even speaking with one of them, like, oh, do you mind like sending to,
and they send it here. Bloom's Women's
yeah.
Wear is another fantastic. Oh wow.
Mm.
Fantabulous brand.
Nigerian based too.
Nigerian based, but she ships here.
She ships
But the
here.
thing is that the Nigerian in me can never ship that pay that shipping fee. I rather beg somebody.
I better
I
beg
rather
somebody. That's
beg
the
somebody to
thing.
bring
Like
3 or 4
the
for me.
shipping fee service as much
I
as you
can't.
getting
I'm
like
telling you
double, and it's
about how
not
much
their
as what you
fault,
bought.
really. It's not their fault.
And it's not their
Obviously,
fault because it's
it's
expensive,
expensive.
So
It's
I rather just what I
expensive.
do is I shop and I send it to my friend's house in Nigeria. Every
That
time I go to Nigeria or somebody, a family member of mine goes to Nigeria and is coming here, they just bring it for me all the time.
because being Nigerian brand is just as in, let's forget about it. If they do anything, even to t-shirt, you can never see that. I'm like,
Very
She,
lovely.
what is going on? People
Yeah.
will say that UK, US are like more fancy items there. Well, anyway,
UK, yes. US, no.
it's like,
Europe
oh,
fashion,
is
wonderful.
is
Because
wonderful.
during my masters, I was in London, and even after my masters, I was in London for a period of like two
And
years, roughly.
shopping there was
London
different.
Primark. I'm
Uh,
telling you. Zara in UK is different from the Zara that we have here, by the way.
somebody said it
Oh,
too.
1000%. The Zara, in fact, the Zara in London and the Zara in like Barcelona and Italy is different. Yeah,
Oh, that means they kind of they
they
follow
stock
people's
different things. Very fashionable. So if you go to like Zara in Paris, very fashionable, high fashion. Zara in London, more
mid
mid-level
level.
fashion, like yeah, more
But
casual.
Zara in
Zara in
Canada,
Barcelona, they
they
started
don't like
coming
say
up small, small, but because Canadians don't dress up.
they don't like,
You see them, they'll say,
and they
oh,
don't
it's a
like.
day party. Me, Matty wore heels, Matty wore
I
kini.
mean,
You go there,
you
jeans from
not, but then you
Atleti.
not be like you're the star of the show. You're even greater
Yes,
than your boss. I remember when I was working in a place. At a point, I stopped wearing clothes. Whenever I want to dress, go to work, I look at sweater because the manager is wearing sweater,
yes,
executive
and
director is wearing
canvas, not
sweater.
sneakers, oh, canvas. Canvas. Oh, yeah, to sneakers
And
and
leggings, kilo
leggings.
day every time.
So I don't put in when I'm going to like white or foreign dominated spaces.
You
I
just
either make peace with the fact that I'm going to be the best dressed there, or I just dress casual if I don't want to be the star of the show. But because if
because
you
some
dress like
are
how we dress in
uncomfortable,
Nigeria,
like when
you
you're
remember I'm
just
like,
there.
if you come to Nigeria, when people are going to
I
brunch,
see.
last on brunch, what's it called sequence?
Adé even mo sọ pé tí India gan bá rí irun Naija wọ́n máa wọ́n dà pé Adé
Ah,
because
hey,
the way babes we do their frontals, you see
you
them
think
be
it's
asking
growing
them, did they
from their head?
you see the way God made
Mm-hmm.
them?
Mm-hmm.
I was like everybody, like I think that's one thing I do enjoy about the working system here in Canada, and I'm constantly navigating to get to that space of career that everybody in my office we're all in the same tune because you just come to work, everybody just like there was a lady that said to me, and I guess she couldn't hold it, and she was like, "Oh, you've changed your hair again? Is it every week you do your hair?" I'm like, no, it's still the same week. And but the only thing I did was I coiled the hair, I just put a little
A
extra
little
effort.
effort.
And then I guess she couldn't hold it because for Igbo man to talk about it, I was away.
You
I
were what to
said,
suffer. Yes, I changed it, and oh, me, I'm so quick
I'm like,
to be like, yeah, I changed it. Is that an issue?
well, so that you know, you feel like, oh, some people not be like, maybe, I was like, anywhere you go, you just be the star of the show. And you yourself, you're still feeling like, oh, me, I need to up my game, but
No,
there's no.
there's no open game for
There's
Oyibo people.
no, I know. Well, I guess there's some brands like the, maybe in Toronto because London. I'm in London. London is even like
No,
I
in
beg.
Toronto, I feel like they are becoming more and more like acquainted with like black people, so
True,
they are not unaware. Yeah, they
true,
are
true,
more because the more there's a lot more diversity here
true.
than in
They
London. Yeah.
have, they have, because I remember like last week, and when I wore like a pants, a lady was like, "Oh, me and Ife, we are twinning, me and the way she was really like, I'm like, oh, okay, okay, we're twinning, like
Yeah.
she's finding like a level of like coming closer, like, ah, me and Ife, we
Yes.
are twinning today. I
Mm-hmm.
can't wait for us to twin more. I'm like, okay, okay.
Yeah, they love that thing, and they love if when you're more accepting, like open. So they
Mm-hmm.
like it because they truly, in general, Canadians don't dress up. If
They
you look at
don't,
the
they don't.
core Canadian brands, they're not
They
really
don't.
fashionable like that.
I'm telling you, they don't. And they
They
are spending a
don't.
lot of money to, even with what they are wearing, they're spending a
One
lot of
fifty dollars
money.
for a
Ah,
blouse. Yes,
ah, as
Aritzia,
in,
Aritzia.
ah,
Hmm.
ah, our guys, but what are they doing?
No,
I'm
I
not
like
even.
their stuff, but sometimes it can be
It's so
pricey.
pricey because when you convert it, and people will not even know you're spending that
No.
much. I think I posted it recently on my Instagram. Like when I got to like, I wanted to buy a jean, and I'm seeing 105, and the jeans even look like somebody has worn before.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm like, what is good? Like, I love that you're paying for something. Like, there's nothing bad in exchanging value for
Yes.
something. If it's nice, you want to
If it's good
pay.
enough,
If
yeah.
it's good enough, you won't like look at Tubo now, Tubo
Mm.
Nigerian, like
I
look
will
at that.
buy
Like
to
instead, just come
go.
and pay. You know that the fit is just
It's
it.
just crazy, yeah.
You will not even think twice. But imagine me just buying, a top like this top, and I'm paying $300. You'll be wondering, I'll be kilo shelle.
Mm-hmm.
Like what is going on? We're like, okay, what's there? Anyway.
Yeah, no.
Well, I know we'll start talking. We'll talk from today to tomorrow.
Exactly.
So thank you so much, Different, for hanging out with
So
me.
that's
It was
fine.
so fun.
This
I
was
love the switch
fun.
of how we were. So that people like, this fine babe, but she's not just fine. She's the spiritual
I
girl.
am.
you
I try
know.
my best to be. I think faith
Yeah.
is a big anchor for me, so
Yeah.
I'm glad that highlights itself in my
Wow.
family. So
And I mean, you look so beautiful. Your beautiful home is beautiful,
thank you.
and I just in fact, I love so many things
Thank
about you today. Like how
you.
like you're a very deep person, and it's just so good to have interaction with people
Thank
like you and say, oh,
you.
Jesus girl, shining light, being deliberate to their life. And really, before you know it, like, you know, just like what the gospel says, that the kings are going to come to the brightness of your
Amen.
light. And
Thank
that is what it
you.
is. You are a force
Thank
to be reckoned with.
you.
Keep shining.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so much for
much.
coming.
Thank
And
you for
regards to your
having
darling
me.
husband, what could touch you? You too, you could touch you.
Monglo, Monglo.
Oh, glow, glow, glow.
Thanks for having me, babes.
All right, sis.
Bye.
Bye. Have a great
You too.
day.